Hi, my name is Maggie Wilson. This is my second RLO, or Reusable Learning Object, and this one is over cultural diversity. So I found this quote and I really liked it, so I decided to share it with you guys. And it says, cultural differences should not separate us from each other, but rather cultural diversity brings a collective strength that can benefit all of society. So I chose that because it talks about how even though we're different, we shouldn't let that separate us. Instead, we should use those different ideas and different backgrounds and use those to make us closer and stronger as a people. So first I ask, what is cultural diversity? And so what I think about is what makes each society different or unique. So we each have a different way of living. And those some of those things that make us different are our traditions, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, our beliefs, and our behavior. So something to think about is how um, any size of society can have a culture. It could be a small city, a small town of just a couple hundred people, or it could be a huge city of 1 million people. So each country, first of all, each country has its own culture, but also, each city, each region, each state. Um, so yeah, here's the big world map, and you can just see, how many cultures there really are. But you have to remember that we're all people, and we are still very similar. So here's the United States, and everyone knows that there are 50 states in the United States. So that makes, we each have our own culture inside our own state. So we each do things a little bit differently than the other one. So I live right in the middle in Kansas, so there it is. And here's a picture of Kansas. Here's a map. And here's Wichita right here. This is a big city, and that's where I went to high school. But I grew up in a city called Derby, right down here. But now I go to school in Hayes, so I go to college now. So I have to drive north and then west to go to school in Hayes. So this is where I am right now. Alright, here are a couple pictures of Kansas. As you can see right here, it's very flat. There aren't any mountains, not very many hills, but we have a lot of farms. So here are some hay bales. We also have some wheat fields, corn fields, just all kinds of farms. I have a picture of The Wizard of Oz because we're very well known for that movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's a pretty good movie. And then in the corner, I have a tornado. Because in the Midwest, we get a lot of tornadoes, and almost every single house has a basement so that we can go down in the basement and be protected and have shelter. So that's a little bit of Kansas for you. And here is Derby. This is where I grew up. I've lived here my entire life. I have a picture of our water park, and a lot of people from other cities come to this water park during the summer to have fun. And I actually worked here for 4 years as a lifeguard, so I've had a lot of fun here. And then here's a picture of a bronze statue or a sculpture. And these are all throughout Derby of different kids doing different things. So this one's on a water pipe, but they're usually doing, some activity either on a bicycle or flying a kite or something like that. So that's something unique about my city. And we do have a population of 23,000, so it's not small, but it's not a huge city either. It's kind of right in the middle. And this is my high school. Right here is the Commons area. This is where we ate lunch and had our dances. So this is where I had a lot of my dances at during high school. And then I would walk down this hallway up here, and I would go to class. And so this right here is right through this door. And then these are the classrooms. And then this is our big athletic building where we played, or where my school played basketball and pep rallies and things like that. So that's my high school. I went there for 4 years. This is my college, Fort Hays State University. We're the Tigers, that's why I have a picture of a tiger. And so this is where I'm going to school right now. I'm a freshman. It's my first year in college. So that's my school. Alright, and now I'm going to ask what's important about your culture. Sometimes you really don't think about it, but once you take a closer look, you realize that it really is unique compared to everyone else. So for me, when I think about the United States, I think about how we are very scheduled, and so that's why I put structured and timely, because being on time is very important to school, to work. So for us, it's very important to be on time and to be organized and things like that. So that's why I have a guy in a business suit, because I mean we're very professional too. And then also I have driven and motivated. So a lot of people have really big dreams and really big goals, and so they work really hard to get there. And the last thing I have is individualistic. So instead of thinking about the whole group and success of everyone, we think of success of each person. So we want everyone to be their absolute best. So each person has to be their best. And so that's kind of what Americans do. And then also we like to have our space. We don't like being touched by strangers. We each have our personal bubble. So we have to stay a certain distance away or we'll freak out. So that's also something you may need to know for future reference. Now I'm going to talk about food. So I have a picture of a grocery store or also a supermarket. This is where we get all of our food and lots of other stuff. So this is probably an aisle of candy. We have all kinds of candy. We have a lot of selection, and all of these things come in, from all over the world, all over the country, and so we have a lot of different stuff to choose from. And then here are some fruits and vegetables. So you see there's a lot to choose from. These come from all over the place. So instead of buying at a market in a small town, you guys might just have a small market, but we have a huge store, and these things come from everywhere. So they're not very fresh. They're still good, but they have to be, chemically preserved. So that's a little bit different too. And now I'm going to talk about each meal of the day and what we like to eat for those different meals. So here are some common breakfast food items. I have pancakes, eggs, bacon, and toast, waffles, and they're a lot like pancakes, cereal, and here are Pop-Tarts. I don't know if you guys have ever had a Pop-Tart, but they're really good. I like to eat them on the way to class, but they're not very healthy, so probably shouldn't eat too many of those, but they're still pretty delicious. Alright, here is lunch. I have chicken strips, french fries, hamburger, and sandwich. We like to eat a lot of meat, a lot of fried foods, so probably not the healthiest, but here are some common lunch foods. Here are some dinner foods. I have pizza, meatloaf, spaghetti, lasagna, and steak. So again, a lot of meat. We do have, right here, there are a lot of Italian meals, but we do like to eat Mexican food and, Greek food and just all kinds of stuff. So we like to have a little bit of everything. And here are some desserts. A lot of chocolate going on in this picture, but I have cake, brownies, cookies, cupcakes, pie, and ice cream. So a lot of these things you can buy in a box at the store and just mix in some water and some eggs, put it in the oven, and you have some dessert. So it's pretty easy. We probably eat more dessert than we should. So that's why we have a lot of fat Americans who don't exercise. So don't eat too many cookies or you'll turn fat. So watch out. Alright, here are some snacks. So I have candy right here. We do eat a lot of candy. I don't have any picture, sorry. But we do eat pretzels, popcorn, cheese and crackers, and nachos. So a lot of munchy foods. A lot of salty things, a lot of sweet things. And then here are some of my favorite bands, some of my favorite music. Some of them are old, some of them are new, but we have a lot of variety in our music. A lot of people like to listen to rap or country, just pretty much anything. There's very wide variety. So here are some of my favorite people to listen to. Here are things to do. These are things that I like to do with my friends. We go to the movie theater and watch movies. We go shopping, and we go bowling. My hobbies, I like to read, I like to hike, go camping, swimming, and I like to walk my dog. I have a husky, and this is kind of what she looks like. So I like to go on walks with her. These are my friends. This was on my 18th birthday, and I had a lot of people over, so these are all my girlfriends. And we all go to different schools, but we still keep in touch and like to see each other. Here are some of my closer friends. This is Lori, Chloe, Jenny, and this is one day when we went sledding. This is my boyfriend Matthew, and Alejandra, and Teresa. Alright, this is my family. My dad, my mom, my 4 brothers, and my sister. So unlike many other American families, I do have a big family. You know, probably most families have 3 or 4 kids. But yep, that's my family. And we like to go on vacation in Alaska. So a lot of people like to go somewhere tropical, but we like to go here. This is where my grandparents live. So I really like the mountains and, you know, go hiking and things like that. Alright, now I'm going to talk about holidays and traditions and things like that. So a big tradition in America is Thanksgiving. And the main, first we have this big meal, but afterwards a lot of people like to watch football. So that's why I have a big football picture. And then, you know, maybe during the commercials of football, some people will watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. And there are some big floats going down, you know, in New York, and that's on TV, so a lot of people watch that. And then the next day, on Black Friday, they will go to stores and they will, you know, a lot of stores have big sales, so people will go there and try to get a good deal. So you can see it's pretty packed in there, and so a lot of people do that. And then here are some common Thanksgiving Day food. Turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, and pumpkin pie. And this is actually my Thanksgiving Day meal. You can see, oh shoot, here is our fine china. So we only get that out twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then here's all the food that we ate, so I'll talk about that. And that's my mom getting ready. So there she is. So here's the turkey all cut up, ready to eat. And these are scalloped potatoes. I helped make those. This is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. These are yeast rolls. They're first just little balls, and they rise. And then we put them in the oven, and they're nice and fluffy and really good. And then here's chocolate pie, sparkling grape juice, and sweet potatoes and marshmallows. And so Christmas is coming up, and instead of doing a turkey, a lot of people do ham. We do stockings with little presents in there over the fireplace. Here's a Christmas tree, so they'll decorate the Christmas tree and put the presents underneath, I'm sure like you guys do. And then here's a house with Christmas lights, so a lot of people will do that, and we can drive around and go look at the Christmas lights, and that's a lot of fun. And then these are things that my family does for Christmas. Here's a tree. It's a Christmas tree, but instead of covered in, you know, the regular ornaments, instead we cover them with nature things, so like birds and pine cones. So that's something that we do, and that's our upstairs tree. So that's upstairs in the living room. And then we set up our nativity set, and we've been collecting each piece year by year, and now we finally have a full set. It's not this one, but it looks really similar. It's probably like a 13-piece set or something. And then also something my family does is go to the tree farm and we pick out a perfect Christmas tree. And that's what we like to do for Christmas. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys learned a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Alright, thanks guys.